There is a place between pixels and reality where the lines of gaming, tech, and pop culture blur into chaos. A world where the past collides with the future, where ones and zeros shape destiny. But beware, nothing is ever what it seems.
From retro classics to breaking news, from hot takes to rage-fueled rants, we break it down, rank it up, and glitch it out, one bite at a time. So grab your headsets, log in, and get ready to glitch out. This is Glitch in the Chat.
It, Tyler.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were being smart. Hey, everybody. This is Glitch in the Chat. Welcome back for episode 2. We got a fun day planned for you guys of exploring my personal hell, which was watching and sitting through and enduring Snow White, the movie. I did it so you guys didn't have to. And you're welcome. I literally jumped on a grenade.
Oh.
So
one?
Thanks, Tyler. And by the way, these are my friends and my co-host, Tyler, and joining us for the first time ever for episode dos is my good buddy Quentin, also known as Q. Say hi to the folks, Q.
Hey, folks.
He's a man of few words, but when he talks, you're just like, I felt that.
Did you feel
Right in
it?
your giblets.
Right in the giblets.
I mean,
down in the loins.
Right
it's just
on.
it's a deep burn. So, Tyler, what do we have today?
Well, we're gonna go over some pretty cool stuff, actually. We're gonna, just like you said, we're gonna watch something about Snow White, and we're gonna watch some stuff about Star Citizen and some Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft's plan after Assassin's Creed, and then we're gonna watch, admittedly, some pretty funny mid-2000s TV.
Yes, the best kind of TV, because it was the best era for TV.
You think so?
Well, I mean, at the time, it was amazing. And then when it comes out and you watch the documentary about Nickelodeon, you're just like, it was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was the greatest era when I was going through it. And then now that I look back on it, I'm just like, there were some dark things with
It's because we
my
were
childhood.
kids back then, though. Like we didn't know that stuff was going on. You know what I mean?
That's fair. And we thought it was hilarious. And then you look at it as an adult and you're just like, it wasn't funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little creepy.
The Ariana
But-
Grande
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
The feet, the potato, the water,
Amanda
Zoe
Bynes.
101, like squirting the gel liquid on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little messed up. But
Yeah.
I still have fond memories of my childhood.
Yeah. The crazy thing is all those shows were really good. You know, I mean, as creepy as he was, like Dan Snyder made some good television. So
It's true, but it was really messed up and dark.
yeah, but as a child, you don't notice that. Just like he was saying, you know, like
It's
you don't notice that stuff. You're a 10-year-old kid. You don't know what.
yeah. I mean, he was a genius by just being a complete pig.
Yes. Yeah.
That's
You're right. You are right.
because apparently that never goes away. Like you have it at a young age, and it stays that way when you get older.
Yeah.
But it's just creepier.
It's creepy when the 40-year-old man tells the 12-year-old to squirt the gel all over her face, just double fisting it, just all over, right?
It's
that's pretty creepy.
Really messed up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you enjoy it when you're 11.
You're right. You do. You do. Because it's an
All right,
11-year-old.
man. So what?
You're just like,
Shit.
what? She's just putting it all over the place. Yeah, I know. So anyway,
All right, let's talk about something else.
okay.
What's the first
let's
topic,
jump-
Tyler?
Yeah, what are we jumping
starting on
into?
first?
I think we'll go. I think we'll just bite the head off the snake and we'll just go right into Snow White.
No, God, no! You're gonna make me relive this.
There are certain fundamental truths about this world which are so universal that anyone,
I saw
no
this.
matter
I
their
saw this
race,
video.
color, or
Yeah?
creed, can pretty much agree on them.
It's-
1.
he did a pretty good job.
Vindaloo far.
I like this
2.
guy's stuff.
Spreadable butter isn't. 3. Anytime a woman starts a sentence with "a real man would," you know you're about to hear some weapons grade retardation. And to that not so illustrious list, we can add that the Snow White live action remake was, without a doubt, one of the worst ideas in the whole history of entertainment. Possibly the most predictable of all failures, a project.
Oh, pause it, real quickly, because this question came to me when I was watching this movie, and I came to a harsh realization, and I want your guys' honest opinion. Gal Gadot, is she a good actress?
She does the job. I think she's okay.
Or
she's all right. She's good
Is
enough.
she just hot?
Combination.
And all these movies that you saw, like Wonder Woman, like the first Wonder Woman, all these movies, you were seeing it through the prism of Gal Gadot just being that good looking, and you ignore that she can't deliver lines. I mean, I was not aware of this, but she definitely can't sing. And
Really?
like when she has her entire body covered, like literally hair and all, because when her hair's showing, you're like, oh yeah, I see it. She's really attractive. When it's just this, and this is all you see, you're just like, yeah, I can see through your bullshit.
I don't think she's any better or worse than any other actor out there. You know,
There's some good actors though.
there's some good ones, yeah, for sure.
Like
for
some
sure.
really like that just deliver
They're few and far between.
amazing lines.
Though. They're few and far between.
think-
Anymore.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen a Gal Gadot movie, or I don't think I even know.
You didn't watch
she
Fast
looks
and the
like.
Furious?
Which one?
There's
Isn't there
12.
like 14 of
Like
them
19?
19? No,
I think
did not.
it was 19.
I think I watched
no,
the
which
first.
one did she? Which one was she in? She was in like 3 of them, and then spoiler alert, for those who haven't seen it, she dies. But I just spoiled.
That's news
those
to
movies
me.
are real. They're really old, and you should know this. Without Gal Gadot, you would not have Tokyo Drift. You're
Really?
welcome, America.
He was in Tokyo Drift.
Yeah,
I
because
just
that's
completely
what
missed
that's.
that.
No, she was not in Tokyo Drift, but when she dies, it convinces Han, is it Han, to go back to Tokyo, and then that's when Tokyo Drift takes place, when he separates from Vin Diesel. Because there's a weird time loop in those movies. I don't understand. Honestly, I have no idea what order you're supposed to watch those movies in. And there's a weird time loop.
Oh,
I don't know how we got on Fast and the Furious. Let's talk about Snow White, please.
Yeah. Let's just stay on the track.
For all the wrong reasons, starring all the wrong people, pushing all the wrong messages,
See, look at her.
and telling the entirely wrong story.
Not pleasant.
The delays and the controversies.
I never thought you could make her look bad, but they
Been
did.
around it for what feels like decades now. It was actually kind of weird to finally sit down and just watch this thing, like meeting a celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, so when you had the problem, I think, I mean, yes, the reviews were really bad.
I got
Right.
another.
So the reviews were bad. The audience score was bad. Do you think that was because the movie was actually bad, or, and hear me out, that the stigma behind the movie was so bad that the people went into it with a negative mindset?
So here's the thing.
I mean,
I've
never seen
No.
the movie, so I'm
I know,
asking
but
you honestly.
I'm legitimate. I'm going to give you my opinion on it. So like there was stigma with Beauty and the Beast. You've seen Beauty and the Beast, the remake with Emma Watson. Did you see that one? The live action.
I watched it. It was
Beauty and
fine.
the Beast? Yeah. So, but there was stigma with what Gaston's little dude. I can't think of his name because he was gay. They made him gay in it.
Well, Olaf.
Or at least they hinted. No, yeah, the actor was Olaf, but I can't think of
Can't think of his name.
Can't think of his name right now off the top of my
Josh
head.
Gad.
Yeah, Josh Gad.
Yeah.
They made his character gay, and so there was stigma even before the movie released that they were gonna do some stuff. And then I saw it, and I was like, aside from Emma Watson, she is really pretty, but doesn't have the vocal range of the original actress of Beauty and the Beast. And like it was kind of just like she didn't have the vocal range, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for somebody who was going to play Belle. But the songs that they added to that movie were good. Like the Beast song, if you ever hear it, is really, really good. And my wife and I my wife endured this movie with me. So it's not just my opinion. Like my wife was complaining through this entire movie.
Yeah.
Because we are sticklers for original Disney. And every single song that they added to this was just like, I mean, Disney has always had like just these amazing scores and amazingly like melodies and things like that. I can't remember any of the new songs. And
Right.
most of them were new because they were cutting out original songs.
Yeah.
Because they cut out like whole sections of this freaking movie. But
What?
yeah, because they rewrote it. Like there was no Prince in this movie. Spoiler alert for.
Oh, nice. Way to go.
Spoiler.
To ruin it.
Just killed it for
Spoilers.
everyone that
I'm
hasn't
pretty
watched
sure-
it. All
I'm
7
pretty
people that are
sure-
going to watch us watch this. You just ruined
I'm
it for
pretty
everyone.
sure Rachel Ziegler already spoiled it. So because she's like, she's not gonna get rescued by the prince.
Yeah, but that was
and
a
he's
year
not
ago.
He's not a creepy stalker. Weird. Remember that one?
Oh yeah, that was a pretty bad take.
Yeah, and then you look at Snow, and you're like, that ain't my Snow White.
Oh, shit.
I ain't electing her to be Snow White. Nope.
After following their career for years. Not a good kind of celebrity, more like a Jimmy Savile kind of celebrity. The kind that you're discreetly warned never
Love
to
this
get
guy's
writing.
voice.
room alone with.
I'll talk about it. Let's watch this and I'll talk about it.
But here it is.
I got more
no
takes.
less. And now
Oh.
I've finally suffered through
It's the
nearly
fat
2
dwarf.
hours of Snow White. I can confidently
Ah.
tell you that, yes, this film absolutely lived up to all my worst expectations, and in some cases,
It was worse.
exceeded them.
It was
A
worse.
bloated, overstuffed turkey of a production, weighed down by hammy acting, cheap costumes, horrendous CGI, and vomit-inducing cinematography that bungles most of the elements it steals from the original animated movie, abandons its classic ideals of self-sacrifice, heroism, and true love, and injects the lethal dose of the message, which is so redundant and thematically
so true.
that it just gets abandoned by the ends. It's also laughably obvious where they've had to reshoot and rewrite big chunks of this movie in
Yes.
response to all the backlash. Entire subplots.
Here, pause it real quick. You remember the dwarves?
Yeah,
Hey,
at
I was
least,
getting into the
at least
dwarves.
they changed that because it was
Well,
it was
no.
the magical people and
They're not.
that's-
Hold on.
What?
Another spoiler. So get away if you're gonna watch it. They're not out of the movie.
What do you mean?
Those people, they just moved them around and
What?
made them bandits that are with the love interest or whatever. They moved them around, but it is blatantly obvious that that is not who their characters are.
Explain
Because
this to me
they-
like I'm 8 years old because I'm
Here's
not.
the thing. Okay, so they shot the movie. Okay,
Uh-huh.
they had those actors that were supposed to be the dwarves, but they were calling them magical creatures. They had like one dwarf out of the whole group, right? And remember the backlash when that video showed up and they had like the pickaxes and everybody's like, that's the dwarves. And then they flipped out. They reshot, and that's why all these guys are animated, because they added them into the movie, but they had scenes because they got to pay those actors for the stuff they filmed. So they have scenes with those actors, and they probably reshot like some minor things to like change their characters. But there's some scenes at the end where you're just like, those dwarves don't make sense where they're at in the scene. And then these random bandits are just, it didn't make it better.
He's gonna do that every time.
Every time.
Tyler, can you pull up
Didn't make it better.
can you pull up a picture of the original?
Pull them up.
First setups are interesting.
Well, what do I need to search here, because I'm not.
So pull up Snow White, like magical guys, magical beings. Yeah, that one right there. Yeah. So those guys and a girl.
Uh-huh.
You're telling me they ended up making the people of color the bandits?
No, so there was honestly like they must have been like
is this some closet racism happening here? Is
I'm
that
just,
what
I'm
we're
just like,
seeing?
that was kind of like a 180, you know? They kind of, you know, it's just that the way
led
you
by a
were
white
kind
guy?
of, the way you were wording it, I was like, that, you know,
no.
you set out to do something and you become the villain kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm convinced that this city is like on a port or something, because it is the most diverse city I've ever seen in my life. I mean, they have people from everywhere, so it's like it's got to be like an international port city. Where did Snow White, like in the written book, where was it supposed to take place?
In
Germany,
the
isn't it?
forest?
Isn't
Is
that
it Germany?
Isn't it German? Isn't that why a particular historical figure really liked?
Yeah. It's this story is the Snow Queen, which was a Brothers Grimm fairy tale.
Snow Queen is.
So, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Snow
you're
Queen
right.
is Frozen.
Snow Queen is Frozen. What is this one? This one's
It's German.
It's a Brothers Grimm.
It's
a
German.
Brothers Grimm.
I'm like 100% positive.
It
it's
is German,
because
yes.
Hitler was. Ah, God, I said the name. Dang it! You're gonna have to
We'll
edit that
bleep
one
it out. We'll bleep it out. You can't.
Can't do that. Yeah, I was
He's
thinking
a
that
Nazi.
was that particular historical figure.
Oh, wait, can we say Nazi?
Favorite movie, book, story, whatever.
Yeah. Snow White. It's just Snow White. It's the Brothers Grimm is German, so it.
So this would happen in Germany. One thing the old Germans, they're not very racially friendly.
They sure
I don't
are.
actually know. I don't
Pre-
actually know
the-
that. I'm just taking a guess.
The pre or post 1945 Germans.
Well, this would be before 1945, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
I
Germans
would-
aren't racially friendly. Is that what you're saying?
I would take a guess. I mean, most places weren't racially friendly back then.
No, you're
So,
right.
I would take a guess that they weren't.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Just saying.
So you're telling me that so what you're telling me
Yeah.
is that they took the ethnic diverse cast of friendly characters
Magical creatures.
that were supposed to be what they were calling
Magical
essentially were the
beings.
dwarves, right? They were essentially the dwarves.
They're
Those were
one-
going to
the
be
one
her
dwarf.
her seven friends that she finds their cottage that live together and she
Yeah,
breaks in and all of that,
I
right?
think he mentions it. In this video. So when we get to it, I think he talks about when she first runs into them, and no, or maybe no, Michael Knoll. You haven't watched Michael Knowles watched the movie too, and he made some comments about how she introduces, which I have issues with that too.
And then after that, okay, so they've replaced them with admittedly good-looking. I mean, these dwarves look pretty good. I would want them to look like this. So
No, not when you watch the movie.
I think they look
like,
fine.
Just
There's
us looking at it, I
scenes-
was thinking the same
Hold
thing.
on. Yeah, but that's because all of this is CGI. When they put them with real people, it's blatantly
And
obvious.
hold up, how long ago did this happen? How long did they get the backlash of the magic?
Oh, it
couple
was
years
a
ago,
long time ago.
Oh, it was
years ago.
okay.
It's been a while
I was
ago.
gonna say if this was like
if they
a
can
year,
reshoot Sonic in 6 months,
yeah.
and it be good, these guys, it's freaking Disney. Come on,
Okay.
Tyler.
I was gonna say, like, if it was like 6 months to a year, like these dwarves look really good. So I mean,
they
that's
had
just
2
my
years.
opinion.
They had 2 years, but they still couldn't make them look good.
Why the fuck are we talking
up
about a
against
Snow
real
White
people.
movie 2 years in advance? I mean, let's be honest. Like, this kind of goes
because
into
your
the
main
video
actress
game.
is Rachel Ziegler and Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
And funny thing, there's a lot of Israel Palestine like heavy narrative in this, and this Rachel Ziegler got in big backlash because she was like free Palestine. You know, it was a big thing for her.
And obviously,
Right.
Gal Gadot, wasn't she Israeli military?
She's Israeli, but like
Yeah.
she's taken something that's not hers, and it needs to go back to the people, and all this stuff. And it's like like he said, they just wanted to push a message, and it was
What's
blatantly
new?
obvious.
Explanation, and the ending is so wildly anticlimactic and jarring that it makes World War Z look like a model of cinematic efficiency. Anyway, let's get the plot
That was a
summary
bad
over
movie.
with so we can put this turd behind us. The basic setup for Snow White is broadly similar to the original film. Snow White herself is born to the benevolent king and queen of a generic medieval fantasy land that tactfully goes unnamed. Although, fuck me, they must have pretty good transportation links with the rest of the world because the population here is more ethnically diverse than
Oh.
London. Anyway, Snow White's mum dies and her dad remarries Gal Gadot, who manipulates him into going off to war, where he promptly disappears and is never seen again. Oh no, guess she's
Aw.
gonna have to take control of everything. What a bind. Fast forward a few years and the kingdom's become a kind of dystopian nightmare where everyone's poor and hopeless and ruled over by an iron-fisted tyrant. It's a bit like modern day Britain, only with better sanitation and dental care. Anyway, after a confrontation with Snow White over a bandit named Jonathan who tried to steal some food from the castle, the evil queen decides the best thing to do is send her out into the forest where the huntsman can conveniently murder her. It's a bit extreme, but I'll let it slide. Naturally, the huntsman has second thoughts and decides to let her go, and after a
That didn't make
while
sense.
she runs into
Do you remember that scene?
I can only
No.
I
I think these
So-
dwarves look good. What the hell are you talking about?
Hold it. Hang on. You haven't seen the movie, okay?
You're right,
You can
you're right.
watch it and go through hell like I did.
Okay.
But so we, being us, after we watched that, we immediately put on the original. Like,
Okay.
and when she flees from the huntsman, so the huntsman almost murders her, right? When she runs in the
Which
woods,
is the way that the original story goes.
that's how it goes, right?
Yeah.
When she runs in the woods, in this movie, they're like the trees grab her and stuff. In the cartoon, you can clearly tell that was all in her head. Like she's just freaked out that she's 14 and she's running through the woods and like she sees the trees and like they're monsters, and then like her dress snags on a branch and she thinks she's getting grabbed by hands, and then runs, and then she falls and cries in the woods, right? And then the animals come and like it all cheers up.
My little 7-year-old self doesn't remember that part because it was
Well,
probably
it's-
scary. So I
Yeah,
blocked it out.
But
Mental block
like that
there.
was like because she falls in this lake and like sees alligators, but they're just logs, and like the logs have eyes and their mouths open, and she runs out of the water and stuff. Like she freaks out. It's clearly that it was in her head, but God forbid a woman could have a vulnerable moment after almost getting murdered that they're just like, women can't. It's got to be real freaking monsters in this woods, and the woods literally is hell.
See, this is what I mean though. So like I obviously I understand your
Also, she wasn't
political
crying.
views, right? So you this is what I mean. Like you went in with
But it's so
already
obvious.
Well, I understand that, but like you're going in with an already negative perception of the movie, right? So you're going to be more apt to hate things that they change or make different, right? So yeah, okay, that movie was made in like 1948 or whatever it was. I don't remember the actual release
Here's the
date.
thing. I
but-
didn't. So that particular take is not mine. That is my wife's take.
Right.
So because I didn't remember it, I've seen Snow White was not my favorite Disney movie.
Well, of course not.
I watched it a couple times as a kid, and then I haven't seen it since. But we immediately watched it after because we wanted to see it. Because my wife was like, "That's not how that went." Like, that's, like in her head, she was like, it was all in her head. Like that just did. It was also super rushed. Like it just flowed so fast that you're just like, this doesn't make sense. Like all these conversations are just horribly written and it just doesn't flow well at all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough. I just was trying to make the point that people obviously already have negative preconceptions. And if you have that, anything that they take stylistic creativity or, use their own vision, you're going to be like, I hate this.
I mean, I get that. But like, I can still recognize good point because they did that stuff in Beauty and the Beast. And there were things that I hated in that because that's like, yet again, I think that movie was filmed or the time period. Racial things were not equal in France at that time, and they mixed things, and I complained about that stuff too because it just like doesn't make sense for the set piece of what this movie would be. But I honestly, I enjoyed that movie even with like the subtle hints to Gaston's henchman being swinging the other way. I mean, at least that was subtle enough, and he wasn't like making out on screen or something.
We are swinging the other way, huh?
Yeah, but like there were things with that movie that I liked.
Probably has nightmares about. I'm not kidding, man. The brief glimpses that you got of these things in the trailers are absolutely.
See, look at how bad that doesn't look good.
Horror of actually.
It's not
I think they
bothering me.
look too bad.
Big screen.
That didn't look
These
good.
are nightmares made.
It doesn't look good. It's
in the
noticeable
middle of the night and saw Mr. Blobby stand
because they're cutting things out of the scene.
silent, motionless, watching you with those blank, lifeless eyes that bore into your very soul.
Oh, not
So
me.
after
He
trashing
was
at their
doing that.
house for a while, eating their food and helping herself to all of
She
their
can sing though. She's a
Snow White
really good singer.
forces them to clean up their own home while she prances around like she's on some mad acid trip. Which she probably is, to be fair. I would be if I was in this fucking movie. Then for some reason she gets it into her head that her dad must still be alive, and the only way to find him is to seek out the bandits that
She got her mouth is just as big as Reba McEntire's.
lurk in the forests.
Right.
So naturally, she runs into Jonathan about 5 minutes after leaving the house so that the rest of the plot can happen, and he protects her from the evil Queen's soldiers by taking an arrow that was
Google
meant
it.
for her, so she brings him back to
And
the
it hits him right
stop.
right
Oh
here.
yeah, you know those retarded looking
and it's
stars
life-threatening.
from those early set pictures that
The
everyone
hard
thought
R.
were dwarves? Well,
All
those
right.
are the bandits who are actually out of work actors forced to become thieves because the evil Queen's taxation policies shut down their entire industry.
Fucking
So
Queen.
that's a reference to something? Is that a reference to something?
Is that a reference to something?
Trump just made our video?
No idea.
I guess
Anyway,
so.
Jonathan decides to lure the Queen's soldiers away to give Snow White time to
What the
escape,
hell?
and then immediately gets captured because he's a
They had a chase scene in this, and the dwarves were riding deer.
Well, no,
What
they
else are they
ride
gonna
to
ride?
save. No, they ride. The animals go and get them to save Snow White when she's bringing
Oh.
the apple.
Okay,
That's in the original.
I didn't
Queen
realize.
decides that
Oh
she's
my
had enough
god!
of
Did you
this
see that
shit,
fucking?
frankly, one sympathizes.
The-
So she turns
cylindrical-
herself into an old hag and manipulates Snow
You know what
White.
she's using that for?
Apple that makes her go a bit
Cast
dead.
spells.
But that's okay because Jonathan escapes prison so that the rest of the plot can happen and gives her the world's least passionate kiss, which brings her back to life so that she can begin her
It didn't even look real. The kiss
Whoa!
didn't look real.
queen and take back
There it was again.
her kingdom. Do you want to know what that plan is? Are you ready for the fourth dimensional quantum mega chess that she plays here that would probably give Christopher Nolan
Spoiler alert for the end of the movie.
into town and then convinces the soldiers to turn against the evil queen because she can remember their names.
That's it.
Kidding, that's her plan. So the evil queen gets mad and smashes the magic mirror and then turns into black glass and shatters, and Snow White becomes the new queen, and that's it. They all live happily ever after.
Whoa!
Now, there's a lot I want to
Is
say
that-
about this movie, but first, let us begin with the
That's
positive.
how I felt.
Hard as it might be to believe, most of them actually concern Rachel Zegler. No way! Now, don't get me wrong, she might be an obnoxious arsehole in the real world, but credit where credit's due here. She actually isn't terrible as Snow White.
Not true.
I mean, hold the phone. Not.
Her outfit looks like it cost like $100 off Amazon. Her haircut
That's so
makes
true.
Anton Chigurh like a cutting-edge trailblazer. Her performance is a bit over the top and theater kid at times, and her American accent comes and goes depending on whether or not she's in a reshoot. But I do get the impression she's at least trying to do her best with the material, and she can absolutely belt out the musical number.
Wait, you mean she actually tried to do good acting? That's a step up.
It was over the top, but like her performance was better than Gal Gadot's.
Oh,
way better, and that's saying something.
much
But
what
she
you
can
expect
sing.
from a trained
She's got a
vocalist.
very good voice.
The same
She's a
cannot
trained
be said
vocalist.
for Gal Gadot, however. It genuinely pains me to say this, but I think we all need to come to the acceptance that that girl cannot fucking act. It takes a special kind of charisma, presence, and dramatic range to play a good Disney villain, and well, Gal
Did
Gadot,
I not just say this?
her delivery somehow manages to be wooden and scenery chewing at the same time, and when she has to deliver a big musical number, you can pinpoint the exact moment where they swap out her voice with someone who can actually sing.
Imagine there's no heaven.
Jonathan is yet another entry into the bumbling, forgettable.
See,
This
but I
guy
can
right
handle
here.
it. I can handle it if you can see her hair.
This guy, we've seen this probably like 6 or 7 times now. Like, so this dude, every time he side eyes, all I can think about is that he just smelled somebody else's fart. So bad. Like, he's like, "What the fuck did you just do?" You know, like, I smelled
He's
that
like,
all the way over here.
Who just ripped one? Who did it?
Yeah.
Non-threatening male sidekick list of modern-day Disney heroes. Jonathan is yet another entry into the bumbling,
So okay, so he smelled the fart, right? And then she turns around like he just told her about it, like telepathically.
forgettable, non-threatening male sidekick list of modern-day Disney heroes. There's brief moments where it seems like he might be displaying the tiniest
So good.
heroism, and it's immediately squashed to reinforce the
Just
idea
like
of
the fuck.
Visually, the film's a mess. CGI Cthulhu nightmares.
Oh, that's so good.
Ranges from bleak, washed out.
I didn't catch that. That was
Sometimes it looked like Zack Snyder directed it, to a kind of over-the-top golden yellow piss filter for the CGI woodland scenes that's so excessive it actually makes your eyes start to hurt after a while. It's funny as well because there's like one scene that was filmed on location in a real forest, and the contrast between that and the CGI fantasy version is so jarring. I actually thought the action had shifted to a whole different country. Also,
You want a hot take?
You can absolutely tell this movie's been reshot to fuck.
Yeah,
The
1
kiss
second.
scene where Jonathan brings Snow White back to life was absolutely added in later to try to appease fans of the original. Snow
Whoa.
White herself has clearly
Okay.
been toned
Some of the
down in
dwarf
places
scenes are
to make
pretty
her
bad.
less obnoxious, and I'd be willing
Oh,
to
it's noted. I'm telling you, anytime they're with people, it's really
Most
noticeable.
of them don't even
Yeah.
get a single line of dialogue, which once again had me questioning, why the fuck are they even in this movie? I think the
Because
biggest
they cut him out.
is the ending. The original movie had the dwarves battle in the evil queen to save Snow White, reinforcing the idea of reciprocal kindness and redemption. But here, Snow White has to resolve everything by herself, and the result is that none of the other groups or factions have anything to do. Both the bandits and the dwarves, and even Jonathan, just kind of stand around watching the whole thing play out, and I couldn't help wondering, what is the film even trying to show us here? Snow White as a character seems
That
to be
women
all
don't need you.
empathy and shared responsibility, rather than
Can we show that?
self-interest. But
I
when
think
it comes
so. I
to
think
the
we're
crunch,
okay.
she ends up having to do basically everything herself, which negates the very point the movie's been trying to make for the past 2 hours. It's this fundamental inability to understand what it's even trying to say beyond the crushingly tired princess who saves herself trope that's now become the very cliche it worked so hard to overturn that proves to be the film's real undoing. In short, Snow White is a
it's
modern
almost
day
over,
mess.
so.
A film that's basically been a disaster from start to finish, and now that it's finally out there and I've reviewed it, it's something I'm very much looking forward to tossing on the ash heap of history. Do yourself a big old favor, save yourself some time and money, and go watch the original instead.
Weird.
Weird.
And I hate her again.
That's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Weird.
Just her. Weird.
Yeah, let's be honest. I mean, like, so what was I gonna say? Oh, Why is it that that we never mind. I'll just drop it. I'll drop it. I'll drop it.
Q,
Go ahead.
Q, I would.
What?
Yeah. What?
What were
Say
you gonna
it.
say?
No, it was.
Say it.
I'm having a hard time like putting it into words. It's just like, why do we gotta do this with every Disney movie? And like, I understand that they've taken a pretty hard stance.
Like, do what with every movie?
Like,
Like,
I mean,
remake it?
for one, yes, and then for
Well, you
two,
know why they're doing that. That's obvious.
because it makes money.
No, because it's the only thing that will, because they can't come up with anything new.
I think that's the main thing. They just are not coming up with anything new anymore. Is what it feels
Yeah.
like. They're buying
have to
everything up and they're
rehash.
just redoing everything.
So they're like, oh wait, there's these childhood movies that all these people are adults now. We want them to come by it, and they'll go try to relive their childhood in live action. You know, but you get a couple that are successful, and then all of a sudden you select a director that's got a real big agenda and doesn't care about polishing a turd. You know.
Yeah.
And like, this is what you, but the thing that's crazy about this movie is it was like the agenda gets lost halfway through, and then they throw in a bunch of other crap that's relative to whatever time that's going on when they're filming it. And it was just like, this makes zero sense.
Yeah.
The entire movie.
So I don't know. I think that, I mean, from what I saw, and I know that it was a bunch of just the same thing over and over. And yes, I didn't hear any of the words, but the movie itself looked okay. I don't think it's like this is as bad as everyone says it is. I think maybe it is that the stigma is there, and that's what's lending towards the.
I think it would have slid under the radar if there just wasn't any stigma. Like, it wouldn't have.
If she
No,
would've
I
come
don't-
out
I
and said,
don't-
weird.
I don't. Here's the thing. I don't, like, legitimately, if she wouldn't have been as bad as she was at the beginning, like, but even then, she's the best part of the movie, and I couldn't stand her.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But like, she's not Snow White, and you want to know the best part? How they get around the name thing? She was born during a snowstorm.
What?
Yeah.
Because
she
she's
was in a carriage, and they got stuck in a snowstorm, and she survived.
And so she's tan and not white.
Because she's Snow White, because she was born during a blizzard.
Oh my God.
Get it?
Oh Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's fair. You chose an actress that doesn't have the pale white skin like Snow White does. So
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But then the whole fair thing doesn't make sense either. Like, when the evil queen keeps going up, and she's like, who's the fairest of them all? I get it that they're talking fair, like, heart wise, but it doesn't make sense that he would ever say the evil queen if that's the case, because she's a jealous biatch. Like, seriously.
Right.
So we went and watched the other one, but she was beautiful, but she was so vain that she would go look in the mirror every day and say, who's the fairest of them all? But she knew that Snow White was so beautiful that one day, excuse me.
You just rocked out right there. Bring it on. Yeah.
That one day that Snow White was going to become more fair than her as she got older. And that was going to be the day that she was going to get pissed. So she would ask the mirror every day, or ever so often, like, who's the fairest of them all?
Right.
And then one day Snow White finally became more fair.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, you've seen the movie, so like I understand. I
watched both
so
movies just for reference.
I can't really comment on it. So,
but I get what you're talking about, because I do that. Like, I go in with stigmas and things like that. But here's the thing: like, if it's a good movie, it'll still push through that, and I'll look past certain things. Like Spider-Man, they changed Mary Jane, but I love Tom Holland's movies.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand it. But then they validate the change by bringing in the other Spider-Man in the third Spider-Man film, and then you're like, oh, this is just another universe. So it's like all of those Spider-Man existed. You're not redoing the ones that I liked. Like I liked Tobey Maguire, and I liked Andrew Garfield.
Right.
You know, Andrew Garfield arguably is one of my favorites, but he was too cool to be Spider-Man. Like, I was like, he's a skater and he's badass. Damn, how did he ever get picked on as a kid?
How did he ever get picked on? Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, that's a video by the critical drinker. I'm sure there's a lot of people.
Cheese and rice.
There's a lot of people that have heard of him, but if you haven't, go check.
We
him
got
out.
comments.
He's
Let's
pretty
look at
awesome.
comments.
So, first comment is: don't cry because it happened. Smile because it's over. And that's what
a
he's
positive
saying.
way to say that. You know, that's positive. You know,
That's funny.
He's Ethan's like, you're
I did
right. I
smile
was
afterwards.
smiling right after it was over.
As soon as it was over, I
finally,
said
the
that-
madness has ended.
As soon as it was over, I leaned over to Jody and I was like, "That was the best part of the movie."
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So, and then, does Disney realize they made a movie where the kingdom was prosperous and happy with a king, then instantly destroyed when it was ruled by a queen?
Oh snap!
I went
Pretty
too far with
crazy.
that comment.
They probably did. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
but hold on. But she's Jewish.
Well, people don't like the Jewish people anymore. Remember, they did stuff. Okay, so anyway, Drinker received millions more views than the actual Snow White movie, and guess what? Hollywood will learn nothing from this.
It's true. Disney won't either.
All right, what's your guys' favorite? Or okay, no, let me rephrase. What's the most iconic Disney movie?
Oh man, they've got so many. Ooh,
I
it's a
want to
tough
hear
one.
Q's opinion on
That's a
this.
tough one. No, somebody else go first. I can't do it.
Lion King.
It's a good one. Good one.
Right. Probably Peter Pan.
Peter
Really?
Pan.
Yeah.
Have you?
He
that
never
movie
watched.
didn't
he
age
never,
well.
No, Ethan. He never watched Hook. So remember?
He didn't. You
He
didn't
never
watch
watched
Hook.
it?
No.
No.
You want my reasoning or no? You want my reasoning?
You remember what the Native Americans look like in Peter Pan?
I understand that.
I will say that's the one movie that I'm okay with them popping up. This is racial. There's racial stuff in there
Yeah, it's been,
because
yeah.
I'm like, when it gets to the Native American, I was like,
Tiger Lily's
yeah,
dad, the chieftain.
I was like, red. He's
Right.
red.
Okay. Listen, this is 2025. All right. I understand that. But there's a reason that Tinkerbell still is,
that's
you
fair.
know,
I mean,
like-
Tink was the best. Tink was the best part about that.
okay. I'm not saying my favorite Disney movie. My favorite Disney movie is probably Lilo and Stitch. But
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know why Tinkerbell's everybody's favorite?
no.
Okay.
Why?
I was just curious.
Why?
She's attractive.
Oh,
She's cute.
okay. You like small women with tiny wings,
with tiny wings.
or things that are this large. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Q, what's yours?
Yeah, probably Lion King. That's a good one. You
I
know?
mean, dude, it broke my heart and then built it back up at the same time.
Yeah. You know what the best Lion King is?
Don't say it.
You know what it is?
the live action.
It's
Quentin, no. You know what the best Lion King movie is?
No.
It's Lion King 1.5. That's the best Lion King movie.
no, it's not.
I don't even know
Yeah,
what that is.
It's not.
Have you never seen? Okay, listen.
Oh, he's gonna pull it up.
Yeah,
my
I
wife's
am.
my wife's really gonna like this episode because we've already hit on like multiple Disney movies.
This one right here. This is just the trailer.
Oh, best opening ever. and it's the same as the original.
Woohoo.
No, press it. Change the resolution.
It's already changed.
Oh,
That's the highest
Yeah,
it'll go.
it was a low resolution video.
all right. Still looks good.
I gotta tell you, Timon, that song always gets me right here.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, enough of that.
Timon, what are you doing?
I'm fast forwarding to the
Is this Mystery Science Theater?
Can't go out of order.
That's what they're referencing.
my porcine.
Yeah.
I've got the remote.
But everyone's gonna get confused. We gotta go back to the beginning of the story.
We're not in the beginning of the story.
Yes, we were the whole time.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Then why don't we tell them our story?
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we tell them our story?
Oh, I like the sound of that.
A
The
little
best one,
backstage
dude.
tour. Take them behind the scenes for revealing and
It's not the best one.
It
but
is.
in the story.
No, it's not.
They don't know is how we really were.
It's arguably better than Lion King 2.
I said it better myself.
So, does this mean we're going back to the beginning?
Oh, no, Pumbaa. No.
Because without one,
Going way back.
you wouldn't get this.
Before the beginning. Wait. Hold on a second. 3? What's with the 3? No. The 3.
Dude, when I saw this trailer,
Timon, you can't use 2. There's already been a
at
2.
the end of
You got a point there, big fella. It's not a sequel anyway.
Yeah, more like a behind the scenes.
it might have been
What a hook one?
Lilo and
you know,
Stitch.
and in
One
It was still on VHS.
It. Pumbaa, my muse. It's cheap.
Those were good old days, rewinding the VHSs.
Yeah. So
I forgot
When
to
I-
do that
Now
all the
this
time.
title's a
Yeah.
knockout. No!
Oh,
Yeah.
pause it. But I guess it's almost over.
this.
What?
So go ahead.
Go. I was gonna say, wasn't that the worst though when you forgot to rewind the movie and then you went to watch it and you put it in and it was at the end?
Dude, it was always terrible. And then you had to wait 10
Didn't that
minutes.
suck? And then you're just like, oh, this is why mom tells me to rewind these.
Mhm.
This sucks.
So when I first, I think it was at the end of Lilo and Stitch, dude. I'm telling you, just like I told you the other night, like I would call my mom, made sure to call her every single day before she left work to make sure she stopped and checked to see if the movie was available. Just my opinion. This is the best Lion King movie.
Well,
if you
it's
have
that
not
way-
seen it, you need to go watch it.
Or even
It's-
watch 2.
it's
I
that-
only thought there was 1.
Yeah, there's 2.
To
No
be
idea.
fair, Q, I mean, this is good. Like Timon and Pumbaa were hilarious.
I did watch. Do you
And
remember?
one-
Do you remember the series Timon and Pumbaa? Did you guys ever watch that?
I didn't watch that.
Dude,
No,
there's a
Disney.
series.
I didn't have Disney. I didn't have
Oh,
Disney
yes.
Channel.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I
always good.
vaguely remember it.
It was good too.
I vaguely remember that.
It
Yeah.
was-
Was that
it
on the
fun.
Disney Channel?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have Disney Channel.
Ooh, I don't know. I just saw something that maybe changed my mind a little bit. Maybe Mulan is the most iconic Disney movie.
That one's pretty good.
You know that they had a good run, like in between the '90s and the mid 2000s. Like every one of those movies, you can be like, "That's a good movie," you know.
Right.
Hey,
Although
hold
I
on.
was getting a little older by then, so wasn't too big on the Disney at that point. But I've
Mulan-
watched them with my kids though, so
Yeah. So Mulan inspired a nationwide movement for the McDonald's Szechuan sauce. So, like,
hold on. Pull the clip up from Rick and Morty. Can you pull it up about Szechuan? That's a great, just a subtle joke that's so funny in that movie or that TV show. Have you seen this, Q?
Where are we going? To the day it all
Yeah.
began and ended. The moment that changed everything.
Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?
Yeah, I'd like to get a 10-piece McNugget and a bunch of the Szechuan sauce, like as much as you're allowed to give me. In 1998, they had this promotion for the Disney film Mulan, where they they created a new sauce for the McNuggets called Szechuan sauce, and it's delicious. And then they got rid of it, and now it's gone. This is the only place we're going to be able to try it. It's in my memory.
Rick, you're doing this bit while your brain is melting.
Okay, all right.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it is Nathan Fillion. Anyway,
That was a funny bit too.
So, okay. Well, I think we've thoroughly 50 minutes later have broken down Snow White and Ethan's massive hatred for it.
Now you're prepared to go watch it. So
yeah.
You have my blessing. Go.
Not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna watch it.
Yeah, I won't either. And
you're gonna get back 2 hours of your life that I lost.
I'll be watching it in like 3 years when my youngest is starting to watch.
Took the grenade.
Yeah.
Took the grenade for us. Okay. Well. All right. So
All right,
I guess.
What do we got? What do we got next? What's the next topic?
Oh, I don't know.
That was a good one. I don't know if we're gonna be able to top that one.
We're gonna go straight into some. I think we'll go Ubisoft's plans after Assassin's Creed.
I want to hear Quentin's take on this one.
Bankruptcy.
A lot is going down right now for Ubisoft. I'll start with the obvious thing.
Pretty well.
That Assassin's Creed
Also,
Shadows has just had its review embargo lift.
I don't normally do this, but I like Bellular. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of his videos, but
very real chance
in my opinion, he makes very good news videos.
Who's this guy?
Bellular.
Bellular?
Yeah, Bellular. Yeah.
With a B?
With a B.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Splitting. That might sound crazy to you, but believe me, it's actually a well-substantiated thing that we're able to talk about. Now, according to this shareholder letter, Assassin's Creed Shadows should save the company financially. But here's the thing. That is not some possible letter sent to the shareholders from Ubisoft. Oh no, it is an eviscerating letter sent from shareholders to Ubisoft. And they are not happy. It's alleging secret talks, it announces a protest, it threatens lawsuits, and it all cuts through to a very personal angle. The CEO and founder, Yves Guillemot, has been fending off hostile takeovers for a lot of his recent career, and it's happening to him again, because now he has got shareholders trying to take him out. And that gives anyone who could help him out of his current situation quite a lot of leverage. We have a huge story to cover today, and the little fun part of it is one of the things that they're trying to weaponize is, in fact, you and me. Now, here's something that's pretty wild.
That won't be hard.
So anyway, yeah, I know. So the reason that I wanted to mention Bellular up front is because this video is 20 minutes long, and I don't know if anybody has noticed or not, but we like to tend to talk a long time.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to get through this whole thing.
So there's gonna be
check
parts.
out the full video. We'll because we're planning this episode a little bit better. We will actually link this video in the description.
Yeah,
so you guys can check it out.
So there's just parts, and I admittedly I haven't watched as much of this as I should, but this part here, I want to show everybody because it's actually pretty interesting.
Explain why. Reading AJ's letter, the one thing that will strike you is that it's dramatic, right? Shareholders are going to protest. Lawsuits are coming. That is all emotive, spicy stuff. And it is spicy. It's kind of fun to talk about. But here's the thing with that. We've been watching this story since it began, and it began last year. What this letter is...
He breaks down a letter that they sent to that this company earlier in the video. That this company, sent to IGN, okay, about Ubisoft, okay.
So they're leaking insider information or
like
internal information.
Yep.
Because if you only see a little fragment here or there, you won't have a real full picture of the story. What this is just another play in a war game that has been going on for a while. The first letter actually came last year from AJ Investments, and this open letter blamed Ubisoft management for everything wrong with the company. And in fairness, a hell of a lot of blame does rest with them. But why was this new open letter released to IGN first? That's no slight, of course, to IGN's news department, but the whole letter, I mean, it's a shareholder letter. It's corporate talk. Why are you giving that to the world's most read gaming site for gamers instead of, say, the trade press.
When was the last time you went on IGN?
To actually get
Try about 7 years.
When was the last time you went on IGN?
Oh, me? It's been a while. I mean, I used to check out some reviews, but they've kind of not been good for several years now, actually.
Right.
Yeah. I used to check them out before every video game.
Yeah, that's came and gone. Yeah, you don't check them out anymore. All you do now is just watch, reviews, like kind of what we're doing.
Tyler, can you take a guess why I don't do that anymore?
My guess is probably because corporate gaming media has sold their souls for money and don't
bullshit.
Is that why?
That's why. Because it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Okay.
But yes, to your answer, yes, your answer was correct.
Yeah.
You can clearly tell when a studio has paid off the review company so that their game will get boosted. So yeah, we're honestly, to be fair, and this goes for all media, this is one reason we jumped into this space, because it's honestly, this is where people get their information now.
Yeah,
I do.
Like,
yeah, I mean,
I don't turn on the news. Like, if I watch a news segment, it's through people doing what we're doing right now.
Yes.
And
breaking down a video, or
arguably better. And as whatever your opinion is of the president and the things that he's doing, it is a good thing that he is including people like podcasts into the press room and things like that, because you are getting better information from these people.
Yeah. I think the real reason is that it gives the normal person a kind of a sense of like they have a voice in the room,
Yeah.
Like, because you look at successful content creators, especially ones that have turned it into a full-time job, and if they're doing news, every single one of them started from nothing, They built it up on the back of being an honest person and trying to be as factual as possible. Yes, everyone has bias and opinions. So, yeah. Anyway.
Nope, I think you're 100% right about it.
Yeah.
Well, the bias and the opinions don't matter because everybody knows. Like, they know, like, we admit it, that, hey, I have a bias. I have an opinion. I'm not out here stouting that I'm a journalist and I have a degree and you should believe me.
Yes.
It's like, well, if you say that and then it's obvious that you have an opinion, you're probably not reliable.
Right. Yeah, it's like, I'm an uninterested third party, but whenever
but you're full of crap.
Yeah. Yes. It's like when you give a video game a 9.5 out of 10, right? And then in your Twitter handle it says I work for IGN. It's like no one believes you anymore.
Yeah. It's just like, no.
So yeah.
Sorry, I complete and utter rant, but
it does seem kind of counterintuitive. You would not go to IGN if that was your
goal.
Think what you would go to IGN for is to get public eyeballs.
I think you're
on
preaching
the situation. Eyeballs that are
what everybody
part
else
of
thinks.
Gaming brains who generally are pretty, frustrated with Ubisoft, but not really people who will be thinking about who AJ Investments are, who might think,
it's look, so sad because I love
this are turning against them. Damn, those shareholders are our bros. Oh no.
Is this feudal Japan?
I mean, we just got to laugh at Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Lines trending.
You should have a banger of a game anytime you make a game of during that era of feudal Japan.
They just want to harness you and further their own game. And their game is fairly obvious. It's to put more and more
blows my mind
on Ubisoft. So if news sparks because of their open letter sent to IGN, which it absolutely has, then that does further their pressure on Ubisoft to capitulate to their demands. They don't actually need to do a protest or a lawsuit to accomplish that. They just need to harness public relations against Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Now, what about the meat of their letter, right? That Ubisoft are meeting.
Yeah, the
other
meat. Let's
companies.
get into it.
It's, all secret and spooky stuff. Well, it is newsworthy, right? Yeah, okay, them talking to these companies like EA, that is newsworthy. But it's also exactly what Ubisoft promised they would do, which was to, again, quote Ubisoft's own words, review, quote, various transformational, strategic, and capitalistic options. And to kind of cut through business speak, that basically
says we're broke and we need a buyout. That's what that says.
Yeah, who's probably going to get it?
Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah, or Tencent. That's gonna
and
be
then
the only...
and then we're gonna get some top tier level releases. According to
we'll see.
According to the Lone Ranger, what was his name?
The Lone Ranger.
I forgot his name. What
Not
was
the
that guy's...
Lone Ranger.
Oh.
Not the Lone Ranger. It's Colt Eastwood. Jeez.
Oh, okay. I had Western.
Close enough.
I mean, Colt Eastwood.
Closures.
Yeah. Is that your stage name or is that your real name?
And so far, we've seen they all.
Maybe that's both.
Ethan.
Names.
Oh, Ethan Tremblay.
Yeah.
You remember that one? Due Date with Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. Did you see that?
No. Let me square you away here before you get all mad at me. I've seen the bathroom scene, and that's basically it.
Where he's like, what are you, a girl or something?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah, dude, that movie, like, it is a really funny. It's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles remade for modern era, right?
Yeah.
It's Steve Martin and what's his name? From he was in Home Alone, saved her and drove her to back home. What was that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
The actor from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I know. I don't know. I wish I could say that.
How do I not?
I don't know.
Huge. I mean, he was at that
John
era.
Candy?
He was John Candy, yes, John Candy, and Steve Martin. It was just a remake of that, but it was really good. It was hilarious.
Okay.
Except for Thanksgiving, it's a baby, arguably heavier. You got to get there.
Literally said
I was going to say,
would
back
do
you
that.
fell
When you
demon.
actually read Ubisoft, they say that when there is a transaction, the market will be told. And you may then think, why would you be secret about that? Why would you not announce talks? Well, if talks fail or a deal falls through, that can really hurt you as a company. Just ask the Embracer Group. Remember how well that went for them? So, given the risk,
I don't know who that is.
Investors
I don't
want to
Me neither.
specifically these investors, AJ Investments.
Should I
The
know who
obvious.
that is?
Rumors of a deal will shoot the price up. This quite literally happened. For short-term investors, that is the business.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. So like the buyout. This is kind of the thing. Is like this AJ Investments, I guess, needs the rumor of the buyout to be able to sell off or whatever. I don't know.
They can force the CEO out, and then they can do a hostile takeover. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Things are not good for Ubisoft at all.
And they haven't been for years.
Quentin, why is that? I want your take. Why are they struggling so much? What have they done?
I mean, they've been putting out kind of shit games for a while.
Yeah, everything's been bad.
I don't know. I don't know really a game that they put out.
What was their last?
What was the last good one?
The fact
did you guys play Valhalla? You didn't play Valhalla? I actually liked Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I thought it was fun.
I didn't play it.
Yeah.
But I also really like Norse. I like the Division.
We played that.
But the Division it was not polished when it dropped. It was that same old just BS machine of we're rushing the damn game out, and then we'll patch it later.
It's
right?
certainly when the Division came out.
I mean, that's not just Ubisoft doing that.
It's
yes, you're
I
right.
know, but it's you should learn, right? Like
yeah,
you would think that we would learn from bad ideas. Nope,
I agree.
It's like we need the money, so let's release the game.
Oh Jesus! What is this? And then South Park, Mom. Yeah.
Toilet.
Yeah.
Mom.
Toilet. Yeah. No, the Division definitely felt. It felt like it was one of those games where it was the same trope. Might have even been the one that really started the narrative of the. This isn't worth $60, and you're gonna have to pay another $35 to get where it would be worth $60 originally. So it's.
But I paid $70. I paid $120 for it.
Yeah, for $60 worth of content. You know, I mean, that's the problem is they've been force feeding us this stuff for the better part of at least 10 years now. Destiny was that way when the original Destiny released. It was shit. You know, I mean, it was, in my opinion, it was good. What
was it? That wizard came from the moon.
Oh yeah,
from the moon. Yeah,
this is terrible. Peter Dinklage.
So, like literally got erased. Like, I mean, arguably an amazing actor.
Yep.
I mean, he's really good.
Yeah.
Delivered the worst voice lines in gaming history. So bad that the developer literally erased you from their memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
With an amazing voice actor, Nolan North, by the way.
Yeah, but let's be honest though. I mean that they sold you that game, and we were all excited for it. I mean, weren't we?
We were,
because it was Bungie, dude.
Right? Yeah, Bungie.
Like,
it was the triumphant. The King returns. That's what it was.
We had just gotten a Halo that arguably sucked.
Destiny
I thought
first,
that it
I'm
was.
pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
Was
it
it
was
Destiny?
Destiny first.
Sure,
yeah.
yeah.
So, and then, you know, it was the homecoming. We're gonna do what we want now. We're out from underneath the thumb. We can be creative, and then you get this game, and I understand that. Was it Microsoft that made them release that? Was it a Microsoft game?
I think that was later.
No, it came out on PlayStation. Remember? No, it was not. It wasn't Microsoft because PlayStation had exclusives. Remember, they had guns that we couldn't even get on Microsoft because I had Xbox.
Right.
You had PlayStation.
Yeah,
you were playing it on PlayStation, weren't you?
Yeah, little claim to fame in case anybody wants to know. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person ever to have Galahorn. So just throwing it out there.
I don't want to. You want to talk about? You jumped from PlayStation to Xbox and still got it before me.
Yeah,
and I was playing the whole time.
Yeah, you can't.
Worst grind
you can't
ever.
confirm. You know, you can't prove
I got
me
it
wrong.
after it
So
sucked.
I mean that. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm the first person ever to have Galahorn. I'm not lying.
Didn't you get it? What'd you get it in?
I bought it from Xur the first weekend.
Yeah, the first week. So you and everybody else who was smart enough to do the Nightfalls, but those did you have 3 of the same character?
Yes.
So that's how you did it. I didn't do that.
Yeah. So
that was the only way you could have done it.
We're all super excited for Destiny. You got sold basically a pipe dream. You got sold a 4-hour, 5-hour, maybe 10 hours. We'll be generous. A 10-hour story campaign. Sorry, couldn't think of the word. And then 3 strikes.
That was unfinished.
Raid,
by the way.
and that was it.
And it was
That's
still,
basically it. And
still
some
fun.
multiplayer.
It was still fun.
It was fun.
It
I
was
agree.
fun because
but looking back on it, that wasn't worth $60.
No, it was not. Especially
You know?
not with games that we get nowadays where it's like 30 or 20 and
Yeah.
or free to play and it's freaking insane. But I will say this, and this is the difference between a good developer and just someone who's trying to send a message or has too many people trying to send a message is even through like a crappy campaign when arguably Halo had one of the best stories mixed in with with all the rest of that game,
Mhm.
if you have a good multiplayer system, like you will have people play your game.
Yeah, Bungie's
And like
multiplayer. I mean,
Bungie,
yeah.
just they have that down. Like they know how to make it's not really competitive, but it's so much more. I don't know. I had more fun playing that type of shooter with the shields and it not being 2 taps to the face and you're dead, unless you had a certain gun. But like that's COD is like you walk around the corner, boom, you get lasered, you're dead, right?
Yeah.
Destiny,
Arcade
you
shooter.
could 1v3 people if you played it right.
Mhm.
You could do it in COD if you had people that couldn't shoot. But
Okay, whatever you say.
I'm just yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like you could start getting shot and you could turn the tables in a game like Destiny. It was hard if your
Right.
back was to somebody in COD, turning around, like unless they're just bad.
Yeah.
It's when somebody gets the jump, it's whoever gets the jump first. And the way you go to kill streaks and get a nuke is you just get the jump on everybody.
Right. So, okay, listen.
Sorry.
I'm
all over the place tonight.
I'm gonna be.
That movie fired me up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna be generous. Okay. You're getting into personal opinions, right? So like,
Right. Everything's my opinion. Okay.
Yeah, I understand. But I prefer I don't like that you have to pour 40 rounds into one person just to put them in the ground. Okay. I don't like that. So,
that's the best kind though.
It's not. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, oh, let me reload real quick now that I got your fucking shields down.
This guy had like 4 overshields.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was trying to get to before you tried to demonize Call of Duty,
I'm sorry.
was
I love Call of Duty.
bad, predatory.
Classic Call of. I like classic Call of Duty. Let me rephrase that. Not the new BS that they got. I like Modern Warfare 2. Like let's go back. Okay.
Predatory monetization practices. Did you guys know that this game has a battle pass?
It's single player.
Yeah. So
every game has a battle pass.
What?
It has a battle pass. Yeah. It's got a battle pass. And do you know that they also intentionally broke the game in order to make you pay $10 extra to be able to play the game the previous game? Yes. Yeah.
Dude, there should be a effing class action lawsuit for that.
Mm-hmm. They intentionally left out features of the game so they could charge you $10 more to have those features included in the game. Yes.
To fix it.
Yeah.
You SOBs, man.
Yeah.
Machine,
in
man.
my
that's not even.
Model.
That's what we call
but
it.
That's just sleazy, dude.
It's just another thing where
it's like Star Wars and EA.
Yeah. Like they don't listen. Like that's the reason that Ubisoft is in so much trouble, is because they do not listen to what the people who are paying you money are trying to tell you. It's all about how do we make the most money possible.
But this is about how do we send the biggest message possible.
Right. Well, I don't even think that the message is that bad. I mean, you can skip they give you the option to skip the non-binary stuff. They give you all of that, and like whether there actually was a black samurai in feudal Japan can be debated. We weren't alive. There's no one alive today that was alive back then that can confirm or deny. So it's like, it's fine. Okay. It's fine. If you want to be stylistic and say that there was a black samurai, then
I don't have a problem with that as long as it's lore, like it's actually like you're picking, because your whole model for your game is you're jumping through history, and they were like, we use real locations, we use real people. And it's like, but then we add a futuristic time travel aspect to it, right? That you're living through somebody's memories, but you still had accurate depictions or accurate things that were like there was wars going on. There were
Right.
these actual things were happening. So if you're just pulling somebody from thin air,
Well, see,
and then
and
you're
they
saying,
did.
we're doing an accurate depiction. That's BS.
Well, you can't. I know, but you can't confirm whether or not he lived or not. That there
Yeah,
are
I
scholars in
guess.
Japan that do say that he existed. So
I thought he existed, but it was at a different time. Like they just plucked him.
I don't know.
That's what
I'm
I
sorry.
thought.
I don't know
Yeah.
enough about it to say. I know I've heard the name before, but I don't know if
I
he
could
was
be wrong. I could be
historically
wrong.
accurate or
Don't
not.
hold me to that.
The one thing that really kind of pisses me off when you want to get into that kind of stuff is the fact that Obunaga or whatever, what's her name?
Nobunaga was the emperor, the one that
Well,
united.
his sister, they basically turned her into a harlot.
Yeah, that's pretty insulting to
sleep
Japanese
with her.
people.
Because you can sleep with her, and she was apparently known for her loyalty and her honor or whatever. And
yeah, and that was a big thing back then.
Yeah,
I don't think that game was well received by the Japanese consumers either. Didn't they have like an issue with all of the story and everything?
They had an issue with that you could deface a shrine, like a sacred Japanese shrine, and you could go in and just chop it up.
They convened their Congress over this game.
Yeah.
So, and to Ubisoft's credit, okay, they're not an evil, tyrannical company. They did fix it. Okay, they patched it day one and made sure you couldn't destroy it. But yes, back to the predatory monetization. Yeah, the game is okay. I think the characters are a little stiff, especially in cutscenes. The words don't match up to their faces, their mouths moving. The weight of the face movement
would say that's
doesn't
accurate.
carry. Yeah, but the weight, like the mouth movement, does not carry the weight of the spoken word. It's all around. It's not going to save their company, and that's the reason that we're watching this video today, is because they're probably going to get sold. And honestly, I'm here for it. I'm here to see the news. I mean, pretty soon you're probably going to see it.
I'm all for it because obviously they need a change. And what really sucks is, and honestly, we can move on after this, but like Assassin's Creed is a great IP, and I love like who doesn't want to play as an assassin? Like it's just fun.
Yeah.
Like to go hunt somebody down and do investigations and all this stuff. But somewhere along the line they just went way away from that and then just started sticking the assassination part of it in as an afterthought.
I feel like we're a little pickier now that we've gotten older too, to be honest with you.
I mean, but here's the thing: when you release a game, that is your generation. So like that generation, if you release a great game, will follow it for the rest of their lives. Like I will buy an Elder Scrolls game until they destroy Elder Scrolls, which I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
But because I bought Oblivion when I was a kid, and it changed my life. Like, I mean, to say a video game, my wife changed my life. My kids changed my life. But
somebody's a little more appreciative of video games.
Like, guys, we've been playing games our whole lives, right?
Yes.
You know,
over 30
starting
years.
with the old like this is our life. It's like the older generation in sports, baseball, things like that. Like that's their life. Video games are ours. Like we played the crap out of that stuff, and it's gonna be that way forever. So when you that's why Disney's doing all this live action stuff with these old things, is because they're like, oh wait, these are the guys that have the kids now, and they're gonna want to go relive their childhood, so they're gonna take their kids, right?
Yes.
So like it just a big circle back. You have to follow the generation, and so you can't just change.
Well,
I don't know.
Right.
I'm rambling now, but
this is
I
what
think you
this
get what I'm
again
saying.
gets into the weeds with the that's what happens. I mean, yes, Call of Duty. I mean, I grew up playing Call of Duty. Okay, I'm not a professional Call of Duty player or anything like that. I understand that my opinion carries zero weight. I'm just some random dude on the internet, right? So that's the reason that you're getting all of these remakes, and that's why they tried to make Black Ops 6 different, because Modern Warfare, the remake of Modern Warfare, was good. People really, really liked it. But then they because it worked, and the last 4 Call of Duties before that one, everybody was like, this thing's shit. We hate this. You see them continue to try to make, oh, well, now since Modern Warfare was good, then Modern Warfare 2 is probably going to be just as good, because you have the people that are aging into that, and you're more than likely going to tell your children stuff of that nature, and companies continue to remake things. Snow White, live action, Lion King. They've made, how many different Lion Kings have they made?
Well, just
Since,
one live. Are you talking
they made
about
the one
like
live
the
action?
cartoons?
Then they made Mufasa, right? Mufasa's coming out soon, or it's already came out.
It's which it did come out, and I haven't watched. I I had no desire to see that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't have the desire because I was
Scar
disappointed.
even made a guest appearance on Hercules. Remember?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Oh man,
The
that's
Nemean
such
Lion.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Good movie. That's a good
you
movie.
just- Can we say that a villain will make or break your movie?
A lot of things will make
Yeah.
the movie.
But no, but I'm saying a good villain, and I can list like 5 things off the top of my head.
Man, you're really fired up about this Snow White movie, aren't you?
Well, but it's the truth, like, because like a Disney villain, like, come on, like our childhood, like Hades from Hercules,
Captain Hook.
yeah.
Okay, Captain Hook was a good villain.
In Hook,
Oh my god.
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman was great in that movie.
He made. I mean, and you had Robin Williams. Don't get me wrong, Robin Williams was amazing. But Dustin Hoffman, like when he came in, like you're just like, dude, that is my Hook forever, because nobody could do that. It's like when Heath Ledger did the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just, you're like, give me more of that. Like, you know how many Dark Knights they would have made if he would not have died?
Probably a few.
And
yeah.
he would have been in every single one of them. I guarantee you, he would have been in every single one of them.
Yeah.
He would have been breaking out of prison and coming back doing something.
That is
Because
a
it was
pretty
just-
iconic scene.
Yeah.
Not the one where he stabs him with the pencil or whatever. The one
Which
where
was awesome. Do you remember when you first saw that in theaters?
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
it disappeared.
Yeah.
It is gone.
Yeah. The one where he goes into the bar, or I think it was a bar, and he's like, "You want to know how I got these scars?"
Well,
Yeah.
so are you talking about when he goes to they bring his body to the crime boss, and
Yeah.
then he's like, "That's 500 dead," and then he's like, stabs his thugs,
Mhm.
and then stands up and he's like, "You want to know how I got these scars?
Yeah.
My father was a
Yeah.
drummer."
Yeah. Right. That's
Now I'm
That's
always
iconic.
smiling. Like,
Yeah.
although I would argue that the next time he does that is even more iconic, when he grabs Rachel by the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was a genuine reaction by that actress. She was not prepared for that, and she was genuinely scared. Like when
Yeah.
he grabs her by the face and like she's pulling away and like he's like tightening, and he's like, "You remind me of my wife," you know. And then
Yeah. Shit, I lost it. I'm sorry. I had something. I'm trying to think of other Disney villains. I can't think of any right now.
Scar.
Well, Scar, yeah,
There's another
Scar's
one.
good.
Ursula. It's body language, like the Queen of the Sea. Ursula was no, she had. It was the attitude, right? Ursula. You have
What's the guy's name from Lilo and Stitch? The big guy.
he was good too.
Yeah.
I can't
think of his name.
Yeah, the
I can't think
commander.
of his name. Yeah, the commander
What?
was good. You also have, Rescuers Down Under was
That's
that's
great.
Disney
Oh,
as well.
That was a good movie.
Let's talk
Right?
about. And I know it's not a Disney movie. Let's talk about Fern Gully.
Wait, I don't think I've ever seen Fern Gully.
Are you serious?
That's a deeper
Yeah.
movie.
For real?
I haven't seen that. I'm pulling a blank. I may have when I was really little, but it was not memorable enough for me to like burn in my brain.
They saved the rainforest.
No.
Robin Williams
Mulan-
is in the movie.
Mulan.
Fucking Jafar. There's another really
Jafar
good
was
one. Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, dude, I'm
you
telling you, but like
serious?
those movies, like the villain Gaston
Yeah. Gaston's
was
a good villain,
great.
yeah.
Like, dude, I like most of those. Okay, yeah. But this was not. I didn't watch this. I think I maybe watched this once.
I love this movie.
Yo, the name is Patrick. The logic is erratic. Potato in a jacket.
Robin Williams.
I rock
That makes
I
sense.
gamble. My brain is scrambled. Rap like an animal, but I'm a mammal.
All of our cosmetics are non-carcinogenic.
I've been brain fried, electrified, infected and injectified, vivisectified, and fed pesticides.
Is he supposed to be the villain?
No.
Oh, shut
okay.
up. Nurse, I need a checkup from
Yeah,
the
I don't remember this one.
Oh, dude, this movie is
You need
so
to watch
good.
it with your boys. That's a good one.
Yeah.
We'll have to watch it.
They used and abused me, battered and bruised me, red wires,
It's almost
green
over.
wires, stuck them right through me. So hear my very word and exercise a little prudence when dealing with
Humans.
Humans?
Where?
I see why you like this movie.
Why is that? Tinkerbell? Is that why?
Look,
Oh.
look at that outfit.
No, I liked it as a kid. I can tell you that. I knew where I was going from the day I was born. So, yeah.
Thank you, Disney.
Yeah, that's not a Disney movie.
Or well, yeah, but Disney. I mean Tinkerbell. Those
That might
legs.
actually have been a Disney movie.
Oh, let me look it up here real quick.
Does it say? It says 30 Years of Magic. Yeah, I don't know. Q will tell us.
Yeah, I'm looking it up
Dude,
here.
it had Tommy Chong in it.
Produced by Croyer Films, Young Heart
Had
Productions.
Tim Curry. Tim Curry was in it.
20th Century Fox is who distributed it.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, yeah. It had Cheech and Chong's
Oh,
Tommy Chong.
another one. Oliver and Company. You
No,
guys
no,
you guys-
guys, let's Brave Little Toaster.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good movie. Iron Giant.
Vin Diesel. First appearance.
You know what? Yeah. So
Yeah. So
I think.
but needless
Go
to
ahead.
say, a villain will make or break your movie, right? The
Yeah.
most memorable Disney movies had an amazing villain with an amazing voice, like amazing delivery from voice acting. And then the live action, the ones that are bad, I feel like have a villain that doesn't, like Scar didn't deliver for me. Idris Elba, great actor,
Oh,
but
I was gonna say Scar.
no, the live action, like
Yeah.
it loses its weight when the original voice actor, like he sounded like a lion to me, because like the way he articulated like his s's and
Yeah.
stuff, like it sounded like a cat, almost like cat like. Well, yeah, but it was it was creepy. Like my favorite song in that is Be Prepared.
I just can't wait.
No, it was
no. Oh,
yeah.
to be king. Not that one.
Be Prepared.
Yeah.
The whole like throwback to Nazi Germany that they did. Nazi.
Oh, gotta add it.
Said it again. He
Yeah.
fucking said it again, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
did say it. That's the third time in one
third
episode. I've said it. You got to find it now, and you got to edit it out.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think that the villain definitely can break a movie, but not nearly as much as the story.
Well, yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But you can have a good villain that'll shine through a bad story.
You're right. Who was the villain in Mulan? The Hun?
Han. The patriarchy.
But Mulan,
Patriarchy,
the thing is the villain was creepy and stuff and like really strong, but Mulan was not carried because of the villain. Mulan was carried because of the musical numbers.
You're right.
That every song in that movie is freaking
right, but the
iconic.
story of Mulan,
and it's a good story about how she saves Japan and she brings back honor to her home. Like it's great.
It's not Japan,
and they lose that.
It's fine. Just
sorry,
being
China,
historically inaccurate.
China.
Who cares?
We were just talking about.
Listen, let's tone down the
racist.
racism.
I know.
Let's tone it down.
The Asian.
Yeah, let's tone down the racism here, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Because
I love all people.
Yeah.
It was not intentional.
China. Okay? China. That's where that story takes place. She ascended to godhood because of her actions during the film of Mulan.
Yep.
So,
and Mushu got his wings.
He did. And they got some Szechuan sauce at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And then they took it away. Those sick bastards.
Yeah, they did. They did. I think we're gonna move on, though. Are you guys good with moving on?
I'm
good with Shamrock Shake.
You think we've said enough? You think we've said what we needed to say?
Let's move on. Let's move on before I jump on another tangent about Disney.
Since we essentially did two segments about Disney movies anyway.
Flashback.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're gonna get into something a little more.
People that watch this segment, it's gonna make them want to jump back and watch us just trash Snow White.
Yeah. I think we'll go into something a little more lighthearted. You guys ever seen the show MXC?
I certainly have.
Have you ever lived?
Anybody want to give me a breakdown of MXC? I've never seen it really.
You never.
So.
Well, for the modern era, and the viewers at home.
Wait. Stop. Let's let Quentin break it down.
Okay.
MXC was a Japanese. You ever watch Wipeout? Have you watched that? It's new.
Yep.
Newish. Not really new anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
So it was a Japanese version of that was done quite a while ago, probably 30 years ago. And then on Spike TV, there was a dubbed version, English dubbed, with your hosts Kenny and Guy LaDouche.
LaDouche.
I remember being a kid and just laughing my ass off to that show. And
really?
It's actually it's funnier now that I'm older because there's stuff in there that I didn't get as a kid, and I get it now.
A little bit of innuendo, huh?
A little innuendo.
Get it on.
Let's get it on.
Let's hop in.
Here's Terry Bruno. She's a clown shoe resoler.
You know what they say about clowns with big feet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes!
Rob Tussin, he was very impressive.
That's still burned in my brain.
That one hurt.
Oh, God, he's still going. Oh, how can he? Oh, he must be feeling really stupid.
I don't think he's feeling anything from the neck down, Ken. Here's Kenny earlier this afternoon.
Oh.
I tested the wall first. It's pretty solid.
Good thinking, Ken.
Yeah.
Wow. Looks smart on you.
For my homies.
Yeah, fits good.
my
It's kind of
homies.
itchy, though.
Let's see how Kenny Blankenship does.
Oh, Jesus.
Holder dash suit. Oh,
Into the
Okay,
slit.
there he goes.
looks like
This
he's got
is such a good game.
Yeah, it's kind of itchy. I should have washed it first.
Oh, he can't.
There's guys in there that push you out.
Yeah, so
Oh,
let
is
me
there?
in. And then
Oh,
it
he's
trips right
fucked,
here.
bro.
Kenny, you don't seem to be really testing your suit. There you are. Now.
I was screaming for dramatic effect.
Well, I was my.
He's just screaming.
Oh, shit.
Smoking.
And this spirited young fellow is Avanche, much sought after fashion photographer.
Oh, he got bucked early.
Yes, he did. Actually, that didn't count. We're going to let him get back up there. Models love this guy. He is known for his unrelenting positive attitude and his fanny pack full of anal nitrates.
Uh-oh.
There he goes.
Oh, he's going down.
What the hell are they trying to do?
I don't.
You side saddle ride.
He's riding the bucking frog.
Oh, something's bothering him, I think.
You learned that at a photo shoot at an Indian gaming casino, and it didn't work for him here. He is fucked up, like you said.
They spray him with a
He doesn't know whether to
fire
scream.
extinguisher.
And let's go to our MXC Impact replay. Take another look.
Is that fucking baby powder?
I'm gonna go all the way.
Martha's a free-range rancher for sacrificial animals from Santeria, California.
Look at her go.
She's got a good note on so far.
I can already tell this is not going to be good.
Oh, that would have hurt.
Here's one American. His girlfriend's invented a rug recycling machine called the Carpet Muncher.
Ooh, looks like she's gonna go wall to wall, Vic.
Invented. Did you hear that?
What?
Did you fucking hear that?
What did he say?
You son of a bitch.
I missed it.
Her and her friends invented a rug recycling machine called a carpet muncher.
Oh, that's so good.
That's so bad.
Yeah, I'll try. Here's Jody Macaroni, a lunch lady counselor
Oh, I
from
love
Boise
Jody
Unified
Macaroni.
School District.
Oh, she. Jesus.
NXC Impact replay. It's time for log drop.
Get it on.
First up for the
I
inventors.
love this game. This is such a good game.
Get nice and clean.
He's the inventor of the rectal shaver.
The rectal shaver. It goes where tweezers are afraid.
Indeed, and look at Bert go. Looks
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh!
That one wasn't as
And there we
bad.
go. Next up in the white sweatshirt and snappy blue shorts, that's Arlene Galufa.
Oh, dude, you saw her fucking head bounce backwards.
She hit a solid one.
This sergeant, who just about everybody agrees is a good cop.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, now he's a dirty
That was shallow.
cop. We
That
still
was
have
shallow.
third. It's Bernie Brody. Will he be the first?
Oh, shit.
Unbelievable.
Bounced off.
Next up, Schwerma Ganoush. Ooh, and he takes a spill. They're all look pretty
Schwerma
close,
Ganoush.
don't you think, Ken?
Nose to nose.
And there's number 4, designated mounter. Oh!
Down.
Designated mounter.
Yeah.
He's got her around the waist.
Oh,
and
no.
It looks like they had a little trouble. That was a terrible handoff, Kenny.
In between the pink curtain.
On the muscle later.
Between the pink curtain.
Here's Harry Cullen Blaney.
Yeah.
Oh, he made it between the pink curtains, but he split his lips.
They sprayed the shit out of it.
Next up, Sherbert Tights. He teaches balloon puppetry to self-abusers. Oh, and he's also going to be our MXC Impact replay. And here's Karen Griffin. She paints life-size boogeymen in children's bedroom closets.
What the fuck?
And here's Dr. Edward Jonathan. He's an on-site cosmetics surgeon for fashion shows.
His motto is, why alter the clothes when you can alter the model?
Truer words never spoken, Ken.
Nice footwork.
Well, he's doing
Indeed,
pretty
Ken,
good.
some of the best we've seen so
Oh, he's
far.
gonna
There
make
he
it.
goes.
He's like that Lord
No,
of
he
the
ain't
Dance
gonna make
movie.
it.
No, he's not.
Oh, he ain't gonna make it.
No!
Oh,
And
man.
no hope for the doctor.
That was close.
Vicky Sue Gonzalez, a turkey jerker from Jackson Hole.
Turkey jerk.
Turkey jerker, what the fuck? I hate this. I'm gonna have to edit so much of this out.
Down hard. Here's Lizzie Dugan. And, and here's Fred Kaczynski, the email bomber. Oh!
Fred, you got jail.
Hit me!
Teaches flamboyant shoveling techniques to dull blackjack dealers. And
Oh, shit.
he got dealt a bad hand.
I'm a star.
And that's Karen Edwards, star of Night Harvester, the story of a nocturnal talking tractor. Oh! She takes a hard one, Ken. And here's Mary Ellen Starch. She's addicted to short-term relationships. Let's see how she does, and she's
Oh
done.
man, you know it hurts, dude. Like the wrapping around the surfboard.
Well, so far, none of our couples have made it all the way round. Let's see if Sheila and Tommy Duncan can do it. Oh, there he starts off with a nice staggered meat curtain.
Oh,
And there he
what
kneels
the
into a
fuck?
thirsty altar boy. Great move.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned.
Indeed, Ken. And there he's back up on the platform. There's the handoff for Sheila. Good form. Into the potty squat. Oh, can't pull it off. Puts a knee right up into her chin.
Man,
Oh, that's such a good skit.
Bless me,
sorry.
Father, for I've sinned.
So yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that's and non-ladies and non-gentlemen. I'll probably have to cut that out too. I don't know.
You can't say ladies and do we need to go on another rant, Tyler? Because we'll talk about it.
Jimmy's and germs. I don't. What are you supposed to say? People.
I don't know. I don't know what the correct. Q. What is the correct term?
Esteemed listeners.
There you go.
There you go.
Glitchers.
Yeah.
Is that going to be my fellow glitchers? Is that?
Yeah.
So
Ethan's glitches.
Easy. Ethan's glitch. That's right. You're my glitches now.
So yeah, there you'll have it. I mean, that was MXC. I think that.
Yeah. For those who've never seen that, that was arguably why we failed a lot of tests in school as kids, because
Early 2000s brain rot.
Yeah. This is
Admittedly,
what this was entertainment for us.
Yeah, it's pretty funny though. Let's be honest.
It's so good. It still holds up. Like
yeah,
even after all these years, it's just great. But yeah, so that was a wild episode. Tyler.
No, we're not done yet.
What? We got more?
We got more. One more thing. Can anybody guess what the last topic we're going to talk about today is?
No, I got nothing.
I don't have anything either. What are we talking about?
Really? Well,
what am I forgetting?
In true
car handle real good.
Obscure gamer.
Well, Star says.
Fashion. You wouldn't be a real gamer if you didn't play games like Escape from Tarkov or these weird obscure games that don't get commercial AAA success or talked about like that. So we're going to talk about some Star Citizen.
Why is that, guys?
What?
Why don't they get success like AAA games?
Well, they're the most crowdfunded game in history.
Why is that, Tyler?
Well, because they make really good trailers and trick people into some shit. So, okay.
Battle passes.
They don't have a battle pass. They don't have a battle pass. Oh wait, you're saying that other games have battle passes, or
yeah. Star Citizen just has $3,000 ships you got to buy.
Yep. Well, so for anybody who doesn't play Star Citizen, we're going to kind of have we're testing something out here, okay? It's a Star Citizen section of the podcast. So for episodes that Quentin is in, we will talk about Star Citizen, okay? Because I would say it's probably close to his favorite game. Would you say that?
Of currently, probably not of all time.
Like right now.
Right now.
Not all time.
That's what I've been playing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure has been.
So expect this segment to evolve over the years, or
over the years.
Or days.
It's going to be a while before. Yeah.
Let's see. I mean, it probably has until GTA 6 comes out. Let's be honest.
Okay, fair enough. But then we'll just do the GTA 6 section. Anyway, let's get into the serious meat of the subject here. Okay. For anybody who doesn't play Star Citizen, they're going to have a patch, an update this coming week. For this year, they're doing monthly updates. The focus of the game is to get it out of alpha and into beta and make it more accessible, more playable. Really fill it up with the things that they want you to be able to do inside the universe. So yeah, this is a video kind of talking about 4.1 and some unfortunate or fortunate news if you spent money on this game and helped them crowdfund it. So
with their $800 million crowdfunding.
Yep. $800 million. Yes. So, okay.
Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. The LA studio is closing for Star Citizen for CIG. I want to talk about that and the letter that went out to the concierge members, but also have a look at the newsletter from this
I don't
week.
remember this in Star Citizen.
All the things that happened
It's
this
there.
week.
It's not there.
It's not there.
Let's be honest.
I want to play that. I want to play that. That looks great.
Yeah. Remember that $800 million he was just talking about? And you remember why you asked it was the most crowdfunded game in history? because they're really good at doing stuff like
Because
this.
it looks like I want to play that.
Yeah, they're really good at doing stuff like this. So, it is there, sort of, for anybody who played this game 5 years ago or spent $40 5 or 6 years ago, and the game wouldn't even work for you when you logged in, or it kept crashing, or
supercomputer.
It did work, but you're like, well, what the fuck? There's nothing here from any of the trailers. It's sort of there now. Okay?
Sort of.
You can go to bunkers, you can fight NPCs, you can do most of the stuff you see in the trailers now. So
I want to cower in the corner like that one guy.
It's my birthday.
Most
Do
is a
what?
stretch.
What's in the trailers that you can't do?
I can't cry behind a wall as I'm getting shot at.
That's probably an emote somewhere.
That person was in fear of their life as bullets were raining over their head.
Yeah?
I never remember seeing that.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
once.
Fair enough.
Because that's realistic.
I've seen this video already, so I'm just gonna tell you guys. There's one thing he doesn't talk about in this video, that they supposedly poo and pee in this newest update.
Yep.
My bathrooms are going to mean something?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old shitter shower combos are going to come into play.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly. It's a rumor. It's not confirmed. I mean, I know I said confirmed, but I'm backtracking completely now and saying that it's a rumor that supposedly in this update there's gonna be poo and pee.
Definitely
to be fair, that's what I want in my video game, is to go take a dump and a number one.
There's shit on the walls.
Shit!
There's shit everywhere.
Shit! The only good scene from that movie.
It's supposed to have the day off, but I just wanted to talk about the news very briefly. So this email went out to the Chairman's Club members, so people that are concierge, people that have spent over $1,000 on the game or more. Esteemed Chairman's Club members.
How much did he say?
$1,000 or more. I just wanted to let you know that I have not been there. I have not spent $1,000.
There's one video game that maybe I got close on.
Might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A free to play game.
Yeah.
That stole so much of our money for years.
Uh-huh. I can remember when the gyms would go on sale, and
you'd buy max buy it.
$100. Yep. It became literally like Pokemon, where I had to catch them all. I had to get all the skins.
All those skins, and arguably there's some good ones. And that game just died now, so it's sad because I had some good skins.
Yeah. So this is how would I explain this? You guys aren't doing a very good job helping me out here. I'm trying to break down Star Citizen for people who haven't seen it.
It's a space sandbox. Yeah, they're trying to get you where you can do whatever you want to do. If you want to go out and pirate, you can go out and pirate. If you want to go out and mine stuff and take it easy and just kind of talk with your guys in Discord, you can do that too. Yeah.
If it works right, like when it works right or when it works good for you, it's what you wanted Starfield to be.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. All right.
Like everything that made Starfield disappointing, Star Citizen has, without you need the story driven element, and then this game would be amazing.
Okay.
You know, if you're going up interacting with NPCs and talking to them and stuff, instead of just going up to kiosks, like
funny you
that
should
would
say
change
that,
the game.
because the newest patch they added a alien kind of, what would you call that, quest giver, I guess, for now.
Yeah.
And you can interact with them to a point. It's not completely fleshed out, but
he talks to you.
See, they finally have a non-player character that actually interacts with you.
Yeah, I think
talks to you.
I think they're starting to flesh out, bits and pieces of the game. I'm not going to say that the game's
10 years.
Yeah, it's been 10 years for sure. But I mean, Tyler, every time you get a new ship, How's it feel? You feel pretty good.
You feel pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
They're really well done.
Except if your name's Ethan and you buy the Prowler.
They look cool
and get blown up like instantly. He didn't buy
immediately
Prowler.
flew out and
Talon.
exploded. Yeah, I get the ship that looks like a falcon, and you're just like, I could kill everything, and then you fly out and it's like pew pew pew, and you're just like,
yes.
Well, that was a waste of $3.2 million.
Yep.
It was $5 million. You're welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
it's
you.
hard to
Thanks,
hard to make money in the game.
Unless you're
every
cute.
time you, yeah. I mean, if you don't want to spend real money, this game's definitely worth $40. I would say that to get the game, I would say it's probably worth $40, especially if you have friends to play it with. It's in a state right now that if you have an above average computer, you will definitely have fun.
Make sure you got enough RAM.
Yeah.
Let's see where
super heavy.
Let's see where this video goes.
We push full steam ahead on Squadron 42 and Star Citizen 1.0. We're making some moves.
See, that looks cool.
I do like that Atlas, where you can mine with it now. That's pretty cool.
We're taking steps to make sure
It's got the jetpack on it.
Where they need to be for the final stretch, which means moving key staff to be closer to their teams and counterparts in other studios. That also means
Can you imagine doing all out battles with those things?
Los Angeles
You can't.
studio.
So, what he's talking about right now. What he's talking about right now is I muted it so that way I can talk over while the video plays. Is they're closing a studio in LA. So depending on if you've spent money on the game and you back them, you can. There's kind of two camps that have emerged from this. Some people think it's good. Some people think it's not a good thing because you're obviously laying people off. I would say, in my opinion, it's probably a good thing because what they're doing is trying to consolidate everybody to one or two places instead of having, I think they have 4 studios. I could be wrong, but they have one in LA, they have one in England, one somewhere on the East Coast. So they're trying to get everybody close together because they realize where they are is at a point that allows them to really push towards the home stretch and get the game into a beta. So, anyways, yeah.
It's going on, but they still have Austin, they still have Frankfurt, and they have Montreal as well. I think it's going to save them quite a lot of money getting rid of that studio.
They had 4, and now they only have 3.
Focusing on the other major ones does also appear to be one of the reasons they've lost some of the talent and some of the C-suite executives from CIG. A bit of a shuffle around with that stuff, but also some people would have been unwilling or unable to relocate. So yeah, hopefully this is just going to make everything a bit more efficient and make them save a good amount of money. I'm interested to know, is this one of the reasons that the financials haven't been published for us? Because typically at the end of each year, they sort of give us those previous year's financials on the calendar website, but that has yet to appear yet.
DED dead.
The comments below about all
Dead
of
as a
that.
door now.
We also have the CIG newsletter. Last call for the UEE's St.
Dead as
Patrick's Day
Ubisoft.
collaboration. Stella Fortuna jump into
Do what?
verse
Dead as
2.
Ubisoft.
Oh, someone's bringing the old Ubisoft jokes out here, huh?
Bringing it full circle, baby.
Yep.
An all-new Spectrum badge, participate in a bar crawl screenshot contest for a chance to win prizes, and more. So some green ships, some sort of racing sort of skins, and a racing suit sort of set. Things like that you can grab at the moment. Plus, we're gearing up for the release of Alpha 4.0.
So you can do
Check out
this
the latest
in
patch watch post highlighting upcoming features
in-game
improvements
now.
and fixes not listed on the
Too.
public roadmap.
You will be able
There's
to
some
do this
pretty big stuff that
as
4.1 is doing.
as
Obviously,
of
we've got item recovery.
Look at that, man.
Change the game with tier 0, but there's stuff like a FPS weapons rebalance.
Squadron 47 though, isn't it? 42.
Turrets by default on ships. They've divided out.
You cannot
some
do any
the
of this
FPS and
in the
vehicle
game.
modables, so they're more exclusive to those particular sort of mining
Is that a
pathways.
Polaris?
Looks
There's
like
been a range of rework. There's
I think it
absolutely
is.
tons of stuff in 4.1 and tons of stuff.
Actually, I don't think that's Squadron 42. I think that's gameplay, but they're doing like an emote.
That's Squadron 42.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
fix some bugs and some intermittent sort of bandwidth in issues, where effectively it's 30k, but either you get a spike of activity or
I didn't realize that.
the server for
Yeah.
a prolonged period of time, which is not ideal. Something
That's
else
the
that's quite
Scorpius.
exciting is in Alpha 4.0, they've also now shown off the ATLS,
Is that the torpedoes?
Atlas Geo. So this is basically the ATLS suit, but
That's Ethan's shit ship.
That ship is so cool, though.
Yeah, it does look
Except
cool.
for when you're in mid-flight and the freaking view field just shuts down on you, and then you're like flying, like, what? I can't see anything, and then you get blasted and blown up.
Right.
Out and like the extra stuff they're adding to it and the plans, if they got it all done, like it's a lot of stuff. If you look at their roadmap, between like running data, the changes to mining, a lot of the first-person shooter stuff on it, it seems like they're going to change a lot of stuff on the game. But I think it's going to take it's going to be years before they're completely done with everything.
Yeah. The thing is how long will people hang on?
Dude,
Because
I'm telling you, the average gamer age on this game has got to be like, it's our age. I mean, honestly. And I think those guys are just, if you're playing it, you're kind of stuck on it,
And here's the thing, and I get it. I get why this is so heavily crowdfunded. For the fact that, dude, this, like, people can see the end game and are like, that's gonna be amazing, And then there's other games that have come out that have tried to like duplicate it, and it's crap. Like, Starfield, like they were trying to do this same thing, and except story driven, and you're just like, it's not executed well. And this game is going to be incredible once, because it's going to be like real life space, like what it would be like to be a space pirate, essentially. They're going to have peeing and pooping, and you have to eat and drink and stuff. But like your ship's going to meet, like you could live out of your ship, and that's what everybody wants to do, right? Like,
they're planning on putting base building in it, so you would have to claim a spot.
Make
on
the
planet.
planets mean something.
Yeah, you'd claim a spot on the planet. You'd bring in whatever material. You'd build your base. Like, that's pretty cool.
Player-driven economy eventually, probably. Right.
Yep.
Setting up shops and
I think that's
selling
the plan.
stuff. Yeah, that's like to have a whole nother world. That's going to be amazing. The problem is that the people that are still in it are, because they're so deeply invested that they can't leave now. Like, you're not going to leave if you spent that much money on a game.
Right.
Arguably, right?
People leave and then they'll come back. I mean, that stuff doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's true. But here was going to be my take is I think this game has a potential to be like Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate dropped, the Act 1. This game has more stuff to do than Baldur's Gate did. But how many years were we waiting after Act 1? Like, we were so excited when it dropped, and then we just disappeared from everybody's minds for a while.
A long time, yeah.
And they were dropping stuff, and then you'd be like, oh, maybe I'll go back and play, but it's just the same story. And then when the game dropped, you were like, holy Nikes.
Yeah.
This game's really, really good.
I think the coolest thing Go ahead.
I was going to say, this game's really odd because me and Tyler watch videos on it, and there is not much on the internet explaining anything. There's not many content creators on the game. It's just a very... I don't know, it's a huge game, and there's just not that much content for it, which strikes me as odd, because it is a pretty well... I mean, it's not completely finished, but there's enough in the game now that if they put it out and sold it, everything worked okay, it would be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a bit. I think the thing that I like the most about this game, really honestly, is the fact that your ship means something, like every ship is different. They're all designed from the ground up, hand done. They're not like replicated. Okay. The cargo pits or the cargo bays, the cockpits, the bridges, everything that goes into what you would think building a ship is all handcrafted, right? So every ship has its own role. Every ship is unique in its design, and that's what I think I like the most about it, is because they're when you get something like that, it's yours as well. You know, that's super cool. So, but yeah, that's Star Citizen. I think we're gonna try to continue to when Quentin joins the show. We'll talk about the hottest games that we're playing currently. Right now, it's Star Citizen, and sounds like from what our conversations have been like off the podcast is this is probably going to continue for a while. So yeah,
give you a little. We might even do some gameplay stuff, record while we're playing, just as extra releases in between. So like in between videos and things like that, just some content to drop. So just keep your eye on that, because that's something we've been mulling over, and then you can get an idea of whether you want to play it or not from watching us play it.
Yeah, and then also, Quentin, what if you had to rate the game right now as it sits today? What would you give it?
Give it an 8.
8.
Yeah, there's
that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, the only thing I have a problem with is, when you have the little minimal.
The massive bugs.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say massive.
The massive bugs.
They can be pretty game breaking at times.
When the server doesn't work.
But with a news patch, I feel like a lot of that stuff's been fixed, or appears to be fixed.
Pretty good at times. Yeah. Definitely not trying to fill everyone with smoke and straighten the bunghole, but it is better if you've played it in the past, and because your account's still there, all your ships and stuff, everything that you had. If you spent real money, it's all still there. And you said this game's a big giant fat piece of crap in the past, and you don't want to go back. It is different. It does work better than it did even 2 years ago, I would say. So don't be afraid to try it. It's definitely worth the 35 minutes it takes most people to download. So I think that about does it, though, fellas. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's about it. That's a wrap.
That's a good one. One thing, guys, we want to hear from you guys what you think of our takes. If you think our opinions are absolute crap, please tell us. We love positive comments, but we also want stuff to talk about. So if you guys have opinions that you want to share, please throw it out there. As viewers come in, add to it. We'll go back and look at old comments, because trust me, we check that stuff, because we have like 2 right now. So the more we get, we're gonna look at all of them.
All right.
The stretch goal will be 3 this time. 3 comments.
3 comments. 3
3
comments.
guests, 3 comments, baby. 3
yeah,
hosts,
buddy.
Yeah.
So yeah, and as we evolve, the pages will have more activity, things like that. But I just leave comment, subscribe, please. Help the channel. The more you guys interact, the more stuff we can do.
One thing that a lot of people who do stuff like this, they have some sort of a claim to fame, You want
to be
I can't think of a claim to fame that I really have. The only thing is it's unconfirmed, but I'm pretty sure I was the first person to ever have a Gallahorn. Okay, so
you
just
bought
throwing
it
that out there.
You and everybody else who bought it.
Yeah, but you couldn't get them basically any other place other than the Nightfalls. So eat shit,
sir. It was offered to everybody week 1,
right?
But it was on sale when the game first dropped. So you and everybody else who also bought it.
Yeah, but I was first. Okay, I was the first customer.
All right. Shut up. No. So I would like to end this episode with one question for both of you. Okay. Favorite comedy of all time?
Oh God, you put me right on the spot like that. Come on, jeez.
Comedy?
There's too many. Probably Anchorman.
It's a good one.
I don't know. I really liked Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls
That's
as
another
a
good
kid, and even today.
That's a good one.
So I'd probably say that.
So
and here goes Ethan. Here goes Ethan with one that I've never heard of.
Oh no. You'll know it. Here's how I kind of preference what I would consider like my top comedy. It's the one that like I always fall back on. Like I want to watch it like over and over and over again, and it never gets old. And the one movie that just never gets old, I could turn if it pops on, I'm gonna leave it on. Or if I just like can't think of anything else to watch, you know what? I'm gonna watch this. Nope. It's Jim Carrey though. It is a Jim Carrey film. It's Dumb and Dumber.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like that movie, test of time. I have a lot, and Will Ferrell is like there's a lot of Will Ferrell movies I can do that with too, but Dumb and Dumber is just like, dude, every joke is iconic, and I love it every time I watch it.
I could do that with Talladega Nights.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
So that's where I preference like my favorite comedy of all time is like the one that I can just flip on, and it's never old. Like there are times where like Anchorman, I'm just like, hey, I don't want to watch that, you know. But I've never had that. Like if Dumb and Dumber's on streaming, I'm gonna flip that on. Cause just
I have this unique ability to just like turn my brain off and watch the TV screen and not understand what's going on. So I could probably do that with a ton of movies. One that everybody always forgets about and probably isn't socially acceptable nowadays, but Basketball.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that's super good movie.
You know what's funny?
Prior South Park.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I haven't seen it.
No, you need to watch that.
I've never seen Basketball.
You've never seen? Oh my gosh! You
Even
do
though
need to watch. It's so good.
I like the Trey Park and all.
Yeah. I don't want to go. I don't want to just keep sitting here, you know, because we're trying to end this.
Yeah,
but, I do feel like this one's at least noteworthy, and it needs to make it on the airwaves. Is Master of Disguise.
Turtle.
Yeah.
No, that's a movie. That's a movie. When you watched it, you were like, "This movie's shit," and then you rewatch it, and you're like, "Oh wait, that moment was funny. That moment was funny." And you know what? You want to hear something crazy? Because now that I watched it, I was like, "How could I ever have this take?" I had that the first time I watched Step Brothers.
Really?
The very first time I watched Step Brothers, I was just like, I was like, yeah, it just didn't hit right. And then light bulb clicked. I was like, this movie is the funniest movie I've ever seen. Like, you know, I was like, dude, why did I not think that was funny? Like, there's so many jokes in there that are just hilarious now. But when I first watched it, like it was like I had to rewatch the movie, and then I was like, oh, dude, that's hilarious. That joke's so funny, you know, and stuff.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You guys ever have that happen?
Shut up! I'm burying you.
Yeah, I'm burying you.
Yeah.
You're waking the neighbors. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just great movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But have you guys had that happen with a movie?
Yeah, I've had that happen. I know I have.
So
you didn't catch things the first time, and then you watch it again, and you're like, "Oh, this is better than I thought it was."
So for people who watch this all the way through, or see our segments, here's my challenge in the comments. I would like to know your top comedy of all time, and then is there a movie that you had to rewatch and it became funny,
or better than the first time, right?
Like you thought it was, you didn't really like it, and then the second time around you watch it, you're like, what was I thinking? Like this is a great movie, you know?
Yeah.
So, I want to hear those. Leave them so that we can obviously see what you guys like, and then we can talk about it later.
Right on. So any final words? Any final words from anyone? Anyone?
The car ain't a real good.
Car.
I don't know.
Car drove real nice. Yeah.
No. Thanks for viewing, guys. Honestly, like, I think as this grows, it's going to be a fun journey, and episodes are just going to get better and better, and we're going to have more and more stuff to talk. I can't wait till we can do this live with people. At some point, if we get enough people watching, we're going to do that. So, but it could be years from now. And we'll look back on this moment and we'll be like, that was awesome.
Yeah, it's the only thing I can say really is that it's definitely a work in progress. So, if constructive criticism is most always welcome, and that's it.
What about you, Q? What's your final take?
Keep it glitchy.
Oh, yeah, he hits it with the podcast name. Jeez.
Yep. Enough said.
Keep it glitchy, baby.
Enough said with that. All right. We'll guys, we'll see you next time. Roll the outro, baby.
I hope you enjoyed our episode. If you would like them to take on a certain topic, leave it in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. These boys do try so hard. But we all know I'm the real star of the show. So keep an eye out for my glitchy music and let us know what you would like my next song to be about. And as always, keep your chats glitch free. This is Glitch in the Chat.
Then silence.